You talked about Jumia and how e-commerce blew up. E-commerce was something else, let me tell you. So we find out that we've been locked down now. People realize that, oh my God, I can't fly to the US, I can't fly to China to buy things. What happens to our startup to grow? That's the time we received almost the most inquiries ever. So people asking us, guys, can you get from China? Can you get from Dubai? Can you get from here? Meanwhile, they're also calling our offices in the US asking, guys, are you open? Are things moving? Can you actually ship things in? Yeah, that's how serious it was. Yeah. I remember online learning, yeah, was something else. Although some brands didn't take this seriously, the two brands I work with just took it up head on. I talk about Datamine. Datamine, from the day I was onboarded, it was online. Not at any one point in time did I go to Kanjuja Street. Yeah, John approached me on LinkedIn, told me, hey, I see you have a passion for marketing. He's like, hey, he has realized. Yes, I have. He's like, so how is your schedule? Yeah, what time do you go to work? I'm like, well, we're in lockdown. I'm really doing nothing. So he's like, well, do you know you can actually advance your marketing career with this thing called CIM? I'm like, oh, tell me about it, tell me more. And he approached me on LinkedIn. He follows me on Twitter, but he approached me on LinkedIn because I guess he also realizes when someone approaches you from a business standpoint on LinkedIn, it is definitely more valuable than what? On Twitter. Because sometimes I just have people begging for things on Twitter. It's never that serious sometimes. So I take it up, and my first lesson in Datamine was online. Actually, even the way I paid school fees was online. I literally went to Datamine, I think a month after I've been enrolled, and I'm like, oh, this is the office. Oh, this is the woman I've been talking to. But everything was seamless. I'll talk about the other place I work is where they onboarded every child was given a device. All of them were assigned Google Classrooms. So these people, all you needed was for the teacher to wake up in the morning, 8 a.m., put up his laptop and start teaching, yeah, right from his room. To me, I feel like that was nice. And some of the other businesses that really took it, some of the other businesses that really took it head on when it came to the lockdown was SafeBoda, because they gravitated, because transport was locked down, but the borders were not moving. So they're like, you know what? Let's find a way of making borders move. Why don't they transport food? Why don't they transport items from all these other offices? Because only essential workers were allowed to move back then.
Yes.
Yeah. Borders were moving, but they couldn't carry people. So SafeBoda took what? It took that opportunity. Another brand I commend is Rocket Health. Now, I love Rocket Health, and let me tell you why. 2-3 years back, I approached CampCare. I tell CampCare, guys, did you know there's a way we can sell medicine online and make money? And the then manager of CampCare is like, he's Indian. So he's like, no, we're already making money. I'm like, but guys, there is a way you can actually make money. This was 2017, 2018. So I tell him, first of all, you're one of the biggest pharmacies, wholesale pharmacies on William Street. Yeah, and I definitely guarantee we're going to make money distributing medicine online. And this guy's like, because of our laws, we can't do this, we can't do that, blah 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 blah. So they chased me away. So lockdown comes, Rocket Health comes, and I'm like, thank God. What happens? The moment they released us after the first lockdown, I went to CampCare, sat down with Kate, and I told him, have you seen Rocket Health? He's like, yes. Did you see the funding they just got? Did you see what could have been us? The reason I love Rocket Health is they actually looked at a problem that was there, that was existing, but no one seemed to be able to solve it. I myself wondered, why is it that it took us this long to actually have medicine delivered online? It was just a very perplexing point. And the other brands that anticipated something like COVID is, I have to say, is NSSF. You talked about how people now want value from brands, yeah, from the places they work. I'm telling you, all the applications, all my clients, the first thing now I ask is, do you guys give me NSSF, but on time? Not this whole thing of, yeah, we do NSSF remunerations, then you wait 6 months, they send you your money after 6 months.
Yeah.
Right now, even all my friends, that's the first thing they ask you, what benefits do these people give you? Oh, there's this and this and this. Okay, do you get your NSSF notifications when they talk about this thing? And funny enough, before COVID, I remember being at an NSSF gig and they were launching the application. Yeah. Literally about 6 months later, COVID is here. Now you can't even walk to NSSF to check your money. But remember, they launched a what? An application. For me, I feel like that was somehow they probably have someone who predicts these things. In that yes, because remember, they're in the business of investing.
Yes.
You invest in something that you know is going to make money. You have to predict that.
Yes.
The app came out just before COVID. So I always wondered, I just sit there and be like, but I feel like people in NSSF knew COVID was coming. Exactly. But anyway, the other thing that changed was brand loyalty. That went outside the door.
Yeah.
Even the friends of mine I know who used to always have a meal from, Cafe Javas or any of these fancy places were just like, you know what? If I can walk from my house and I find any restaurant, I'm going to eat.
Yes.
The people who used to go all the way to town, to Governor, to Illusions to go out, they're like, you know what? I love Governor, I love Illusion, but that roadblock in Tinder, no way. I don't have money. I don't even want to spend a night in jail. So all those things like brand loyalty went into the rubbish.
Yes.
And people just they literally worked with people who could sort them out urgently. And I feel like this is why Rocket Health blew up. Because as opposed to waiting for that doctor I really love, the guy is far away. Yes, he has a sticker, but he has to see like 20 people before he gets to me. Why don't I just pull out my app and do this? Yeah. As opposed to waiting for government institutions to open so that I can continue doing CIM. Why not enroll at Datamine and study this course online? Yeah. And then there was also a shift towards essentials. Yeah. This was my first time seeing even Ugandans buying toilet paper, stocking toilet paper. Because I remember that very week when they locked us down, I was at Capital Shoppers shopping. People had toilet paper. Yeah. Even me myself, I bought Sunquick because it had vitamin C. So people's values really changed from just any other business to wait. Yes. What are the essentials? What are the things I need? Yeah. I'm telling you, I must have bought 2 boxes of noodles. I always buy cornflakes, but this time I bought noodles. I bought some posho. I bought some beans.
I know.
I don't even know how to do posho and beans, but because it was lockdown, you will have to find a way. Yeah. That also changed. There was the birth of the homebody economy. Yeah. I've worked for an ISP before, internet service provider, so most of our traffic used to go up during daytime because people are at work. Yes. Right now, there's traffic even when people are at home. Yeah. Yeah. Like, people could not understand the fact that people are home, but the internet is still being used. Actually, the internet is even being used more. Why? Because other brands like, I'll keep going back to the fact that people wanted value during COVID. Brands like Airtel came up with things like online learning bundles where you didn't have to pay any money to actually study online. Yeah, they even came up with cheaper data rates, zero rated websites that have learning material for students and all that. That was amazing. And then the homebody economy of all of a sudden, I don't know whether dry cleaning companies were still working during COVID, because me, I was washing everything. I was literally not even washing. I sit on my laptop for a Zoom, put on a blazer, under shorts. Yeah. So I don't know about those guys, but all I know is rubbish companies made a lot of money. Yeah. People are always home. Yeah. So I know Home Clean made a killing. Yeah. I know every other company that deals with things to do with home made money. Yeah. I don't know why the likes of Sadolin and all these companies that deal in paint didn't take that opportunity to tell people, by the way, you're working from home. Don't you see your walls are dirty? Yeah, you need to make it look like an office. I was expecting things like this, but unfortunately, And there's a shift to e-commerce. There's a shift to digital for most brands, even the brands that are not into things like digital marketing. Yeah. And actually, in the beginning, I thought I'd be a very broke man during lockdown, because the entertainment industry was down. So no weekly gigs, no concert gigs. But what happens? People who have hotels on islands started calling me, even if you can get us 2 people, even if you can get us just your friends. Yeah. So many brands shifted online, and people also went into homegrown skills. Yeah. And people were learning how to tailor. As on TikTok, people were learning how to tailor. People were learning photography skills, videography skills. I also used that period to kind of polish my photography skills because I had a lot of free time. And then hygiene was a big thing. Yeah. Sanitizers were selling like hotcake. Yeah, I mean, look at COVID-19. COVID-19 came the first day the government had to actually step out and tell pharmacists, guys, you are overcharging for this and it's
Yeah.
an essential. Please do something.
Yeah.
And then brand compromising. Yeah, so brands actually compromised their core values to have access to clients. And I'll
Yes.
give you an example. You remember back then when you couldn't see two people on a SafeBoda
Yeah.
without helmets.
Yeah.
If you see a SafeBoda guy with a helmet, behind there's another person with a what? With a helmet.
Mm.
But all these brands had to compromise somewhere
Mm.
to just be able to actually meet the what? The client.
The client.
But what did they do? These border guys were given sanitizers, you know, and then they were told to sanitize the bikes, and then they were they were instructed just to be cautious. Have your mask on, have your helmet on. If someone is going to sit, sanitize the thing. They still do it even up to now, which is amazing. And there was a shift to delivery for most services, and then there was also a shift to VR marketing.
Yeah.
Me, I love anything metaverse and VR. Yeah, and there's that whole Visit Rwanda campaign.
Yeah. Mm.
It's been running for I think the past 2-3 years ish, but for 2 years, economies were locked down, airports were down. No one could visit that place. What did they do for their Dubai Expo? They decided to go the VR marketing way. Yeah. So they're like, you know what? Yes, we know you haven't been able to visit. So they're like, you know what? Yes, we know you haven't been able to visit Rwanda in the past 2 years, but experience it through this VR access.
Yeah.
But